Good day, everybody. In this demo, we would see what is the API lifecycle management which is suggested by MuleSoft. So it has three different phases. One is design, second is implementation, and third is management. Let us focus on design first. So in design, it is recommended to have a design and simulate the design, get the feedback and validate it. If I want to give an example, the API would be designed and it would be simulated. The simulated version would be given for the feedback. The feedback would be given by the product owner, business analyst, and all the stakeholders. If feedback is after receiving the feedback, it will be validated among the solution architect and the developers. If no further validation is required, it will proceed to the next phase, that is implementation phase. If further action is required, the cycle would continue. In the implementation phase, we have build and test. We would be building the actual APIs and it will be tested. In the management phase, we have to secure the API and uh, in the management phase, we have to secure the API, deploy and monitor the API. If any issues are there, it has to be troubleshoot and managed. This is the API lifecycle management, which is suggested by the MuleSoft. So for developing the web service, I have designed the API using RAML and its specification are as follows. So this is the first version. Initially, a request came in agile terms. A story was created for creating two APIs, that is sales order and second is return sales order. In this documentation, we can see all the relevant information. For example, this sales order is a post method and return sales order is a get method. If I further navigate further, this sales order post method is expecting this request as body, and this request should have the fields and its corresponding data types. So it also using RAML, I have also specified what should be the responses should be like. For example, 200 OK should have this response. All the error messages such as 400, 500 and 503 should have these kind of responses. We can also mock these responses. MuleSoft Anypoint has provided this facility. So just by sending the data, we can receive a response, and this is how the actual response would be looked like when the integrated API solution is developed. So this is the first version. Since the design is complete and the simulation is also ready, it will be given to the stakeholders and product owner. They would review and give their feedback as per the life cycle. So as per the life cycle, design and simulation are ready. It would be given for the feedback. Uh, and once the feedback is received, it will be validated. So this is the second version of the API. Here, additionally, one more API needs to be added. A change request has come in, and this API has to be implemented. So So the same goes here. It should have the response with this body, and the field or attribute should have these data types. The 200 OK message should have this message, and the 400 error message should have this type of response message. Similarly, for 500 and 503, we can also mock this, and this can be shared with the stakeholders and product owner for feedback. This is the third version of the specification. Here, another request was added. It was suggested to add another API, and this API should have this as a request body, and the attribute or field should have this data types. and this is the final version. After all the feedback and validation, the final version has been created, and it has four methods, and all the details are present here. So we can mark the data here. So if we want to send and see how the negative scenarios work, there is a marking service and a cloud URL given by MuleSoft Anypoint platform. This can be tested using Postman. In the Postman, we can validate actually the negative scenarios. For example, this method is expecting post. I'm giving as a get, and I'm sending the request, and it is saying that method is not allowed 405. But suppose if I change this method to post, and if I give an invalid resource, so it is saying 404 resource not found. So as per the lifecycle management, in the design phase, we have designed it, we have simulated it, we have got the feedback and validated it, and final version of specification is ready. Next, we can go ahead and develop the actual solution. So this is the actual solution which is developed. The four APIs, that is sales order creation, sales return order creation, purchase order, and purchase return order are developed. So additionally, the error handling flows are also handled as mentioned in the specification. So these are the various error handling flows which are implemented for this web service or API. Unit test also created. These are the details about the unit test. I have separated the unit test into two modules. One is positive test cases and another is negative or negative scenarios. Let me execute the unit test. So this is the execution result of the unit test. If you notice, there is a green check mark corresponding to all the processes. All the processes have the green check mark in it. Let us also review the generated M-unit test. This is the M-unit coverage report. It says that there are 6 containers and coverage is 100%. Let us view the result in detail. So these are the details of the containers and its processes. So all the processes and flows are covered by the unit test, and the coverage is 100%. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.